Welcome back to No Decorum. I'm AJ.
And I'm Daniel.
And today we're going to talk about Bill Maher.
Let's do it. Okay.
So Bill Maher had this segment on his show. It's called New Rules.
Yep. Seen it.
And last week he talked about Snitch Nation.
Right. Yeah, the Texas law, maybe. That was the first thing he talked about, the abortion law.
The abortion law.
So you snitch on what? Anyone, I guess, aiding someone getting an abortion, and you can get $10,000 for it?
Yeah, basically, you get to file a lawsuit.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to pay anything and get money.
Not bad.
Yeah, even though you're not involved in any way.
Sure. And you can sue really anybody involved, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can sue guy that opens the door
Yeah.
for the abortion clinic.
Pretty extreme, but okay.
Yeah.
Leave it to Texas, huh?
Yeah.
All right. So the broader theme, I think, was something like it was snitching, was also kind of the cancel culture, right?
Yeah, it's snitching. He has done this thing before. He has talked about cancel culture.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's a recurring theme on the show, I think.
Yeah, and I think it comes from his bitter
Yeah.
past.
He has some experience with cancel culture, right?
So he was canceled back in 2001.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
After a very famous comment that he made
On his show, Politically Incorrect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it?
The comment? Something about the 9/11 terrorists weren't cowards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
why would he say that? Was there a response to something someone else said?
I can't remember, but do you remember?
I thought somebody had called them cowards.
Oh, okay.
And he was saying, no,
Yeah,
they're not cowards. They're flying into a building.
Yeah.
So, and there was a lot of pushback, and they canceled his show. So,
Yeah, ABC did not have his back, or they didn't have a back to stand on.
No. Tensions, obviously it was still pretty raw in the country. So,
I mean, at that time, the situation was pretty sensitive.
Yeah.
To say the least. And it sounded like he was siding with the terrorists.
Mm-hmm. No, he wasn't. But
no, he wasn't. He was just pointing out the fact that you take a plane into a building and you know you're going to die. You're not being covered.
Yeah. I think the comparison was that the way we do it, we send bombs thousands of miles away or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's different than So, yeah.
So that's his theme is. He's been talking about this thing for a long time. And he kind of gave it a new name called the Snitch Nation, which is basically telling on your other fellow citizen, your neighbor, your friend, whoever.
Being informants, right?
Yeah. Informant for the big government. Or whoever's the other side is.
Whoever it is, yeah.
Yeah.
And so he gave some other examples also about people being canceled for past comments they've made or tweets or posts that they made maybe in high school, and how they're still held accountable for those things, even though it's maybe 10, 15 years later.
Yes.
And the question is why? Why are we holding them accountable for things that they did as teenagers?
Let's listen to his comment a little bit, and then
Sounds good.
We'll comment back on that.
As I'm sure you've heard, Texas just passed America's harshest abortion law, which includes the idea that anyone even helping a woman get an abortion, like the Uber driver who takes her to the clinic, can be sued by random citizen snitches for up to $10,000. Yes, finally a way to tap into that vast reserve of Uber driver wealth. Jesus, when did West Texas become East Germany? Even if you hate sluts and love money, you have to admit bounty hunting people who help pregnant women is a little un-American. Also, you're working too hard, Texas. This is 2021. You don't have to pay people to snitch. America's Snitch Nation now. They'll happily do it for free. It's okay. It's okay. With this group. Being a snitch, now it's not a bad thing. Oh, it used to be. Used to be one of the first things we taught children. Nobody likes a tattletale. But now, virtually any public accomplishment comes with the obligatory follow-up snitch story a few days later. Like what happened with that sad schmuck who was supposed to host Jeopardy. But fortunately, the honor of game shows was preserved when Squeal Team 6 went through his old podcast and found out he once used the term booth slut. Whatever the fuck that means. I'm sorry, Mike, but we, the perfect people who have never made a mistake, we just can't let society be sullied by horrible people like you. Bye-bye. Fans of cable news will recognize the rising journalist Alexi McCammond, who was appointed editor of Teen Vogue, but then had to resign before her first day when some of her high school tweets suddenly became too much to bear. Tweets.
I remember that story.
Mm-hmm.
She was there for a day or so, and then she had to resign right away.
Yeah.
And just like that game show, Jeopardy host, he had to resign.
Yeah, that's right.
Quit his job because something he said on a podcast.
Didn't they bring him back? I thought they...
I'm not sure if they did or not,
okay.
but I mean, is that a right thing to do? Is that something as a society we should be okay with it
and embrace?
Yeah,
probably not, AJ. Probably not, because if you're always dredging up things from the past, you're not allowed to grow.
Yeah,
not allowed to learn from your mistakes. I mean, you're not allowed to forge a new path for yourself. You're always anchored down by those early errors or whatever. So
yeah. I mean, if you have, as a person, you grow up, right? That's why you call you're grown up.
Ideally.
Or even when you're grown up, you're still learning things because nobody's expert on everything.
Of course not.
And so if you learn from, a couple of ways, from your own experiences, or you can learn, from other people or books or whatever, So... and most people learn from their experiences.
That's right.
In their life. So maybe you have certain views as a young person because you have not exposed to a lot of other things. So once you get a more and more exposure, you learn things and you think, okay, well, this is the way I used to think, but it's not the way it is.
Yeah.
I
mean, ideally, with these kind of tweets, you look for a pattern of behavior over a long period of time. They didn't find that. They found some tweets when she was in high school, and that was it.
Yep.
So what does that tell you? I mean, obviously, something's changed, right?
Yeah.
Not good enough for Squeal Team 6.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a culture there where we want to cancel everybody.
Sure.
The right wants to cancel left, and the left wants to cancel right. And if you cancel everybody, there's nobody going to be left to,
Yeah, and then you're afraid to say anything, right?
Yeah.
I mean, creativity that's where that comes from. That kind of fearlessness to say or do things that haven't been done before or said before, and then what happens? You have a stagnant society. Nobody wants that.
You basically being prosecuted for thought crimes.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So. Let's listen more. See.
Sure.
Tweets like, now Googling how to not wake up with swollen Asian eyes. And, you're so gay. And her resignation was endorsed by the hierarchy of the magazine, including the senior social media manager, Christine Davitt. Good for you, Christine. You helped catch the Zodiac Killer. Oh no, you just ruined someone's career for no reason. Same diff. Funny end to the story. After Alexi McCammond resigned for her innocuous tweets, someone went through Christine Davitt's old high school tweets and, oops. Seems she tweeted the N-word twice to a white friend in 2009. Bye-bye.
So does that make her a bad person too?
Makes her a kid. Makes her saying a kid that says stupid things.
Yeah,
it's what kids do.
So does that mean that it came back to haunt her what she was doing? So is that a payback? Or is that a?
I mean, was she canceled?
Yeah, I think she was, because somebody looked into her stuff and she was victim of her own things.
Yeah, that's right. Hypocrisy, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like it's something like, I don't know, it's like self-importance. It makes you feel important to find these flaws in other people. Maybe you don't have to examine your own flaws. You direct your attention outward. Something like that. Something like there's a deeper psychological issue going on here, but can't really figure out.
Why would this person would go back and look into other person stuff? I mean, anyway, why? It sounds more like like a personal vendetta.
Probably was. Maybe there's some jealousy involved. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Could be a lot of things.
Yeah, but that's what she did, and it came back to haunt her. And well, I can't say if it's good for her or not, but
no one's safe. Yeah. So I don't know. So yeah, that's the overarching theme of his show was.
Yeah. So this was his new rule was we are basically turning into a snitch nation. We're snitching on our own people, which used to be considered bad as a kid.
Kind of taboo, right?
Yeah.
Like I said, no one likes a tattletale.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and I'll try to trace the evolution of this, or I've tried to, and I don't know when it actually started. I don't know when people started doing this on this level.
Yeah.
Don't know what the motivation was or the catalyst was, but we were talking earlier, maybe it's a reaction. At least from the left side, it's a reaction to how the right is so callous with other human beings, and maybe they're just overcompensating.
I mean, it's in everywhere. It's just not in media. I mean, it can be sports.
Sure.
Stars. Colin Kaepernick.
That's right.
He was canceled from football because he didn't want his people to die at the hands of police.
Selfish.
I mean,
I know. It was too much.
Yeah, he didn't do anything. He was just kneeling down to a song, and people thought it was just the worst thing ever.
Oh yeah, but there's other examples. Again, there's Nike.
Yeah, when he was
and they endorsed him.
Yeah, people wanted to cancel Nike.
Sure. Starbucks.
We know people that stopped buying Nike shoes.
We do. Yeah, personally.
And Nike's still doing pretty good in sales.
Nike's already gotten their money, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think their sales went up after they featured Colin Kaepernick.
Oh, they probably did, I'm sure.
Starbucks? Yeah, you said Starbucks?
Yeah, happy holidays, right?
Holidays was the big crime they did. You just cannot say happy holidays anymore.
Well, that fed into the narrative of the war on Christmas, right? So it's just reinforcing that idea.
I think Macy's did the same thing.
Ooh. Be careful.
Yeah.
Again, these things rarely ever work, though, as far as the big companies. They don't lose money.
They don't.
Their products are very popular, so it's not going to be enough,
Same thing was Hobby Lobby. They were conservative.
Yeah.
They said we're not going to pay for their employees' abortion.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And it wasn't that Hobby Lobby was wrong. I would say if people want to have abortion, they can. Just have a universal health care plan. Everything is covered.
Sound like you're promoting abortion, AJ. But yeah, that's a much better option.
Then Hobby Lobby can do all they want and say, hey, we don't want to pay for, well, you're not paying anymore.
Yeah. Just paying taxes. Right?
Yeah, you're just paying taxes.
And where that goes, you don't have to worry about it.
Nope. Just like we can dictate our taxes going to endless wars.
Mm-hmm. It's just where they go.
Yeah, you don't get to dictate where your taxes go. They may be going to endless abortions.
Yeah, it's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's an interesting conversation to have.
Yeah.
This whole cancel culture thing.
Left wanted to cancel Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
That was another example where, Chick-fil-A their thing was gay marriage or something.
Yeah, they're anti-gay marriage.
Yeah.
The right wanted to cancel the 2020 election.
Yep.
Well, by storming the Capitol. So,
Yeah.
there's it is on both sides.
And they still don't want to believe 2020 election.
Well,
they're still trying to cancel it.
Yeah.
There was a sign on 75, somebody told me, that they were holding a banner saying Trump won 2020 and viruses kill.
Yeah.
And people were honking at them saying, yeah.
Very smart. Very smart, obviously. A genius came up with that sign, huh?
Yeah, I mean, this is what you call living in an alternative reality.
Well, alternative facts, like Kellyanne Conway said.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, it really took off, didn't it?
Yeah.
QAnon, what? But yeah, so both sides have this issue. Now it seems to be focused on the left for whatever reason. This conversation about this thing, but it does happen on both sides pretty frequently too.
I mean, they're both. Left does it a little more. They try to make people apologize and make them go away more than the right, but right does it too.
Well, I mean, if you want to combat this as a company, just don't accept what they're requesting. Whatever they want you to do, don't do it. If they want you to fire somebody, don't fire them.
Yeah.
Keep them on. Stand your ground. If they're a good employee, or whatever the case is, don't acquiesce.
I mean, that's why when the right says, well, the company's job is to make money. Yeah, that's their job, is to make money. And they should just make money, not worry about anything else.
No, the money will come.
Money is coming, and your job is to pay your taxes.
There you go.
And we will collect your taxes and we'll distribute it as we want. Then you won't have to worry about getting canceled, and we won't have to worry about paying for abortions. So
easy enough.
Yeah.
Simple solution, right?
Simple solution.
If only. But yeah, I think this is it's an important conversation to have for sure. I don't think it's the most the dire circumstances.
It's not. I mean, it's in my opinion, it's the ultra woke stuff that gives the bad name to progressives and liberal.
Well, they're not called out enough by the progressive side. That's a problem. They should be. But if there's not enough pushback on our side.
Nope, it's not. We need to start calling out these people, saying you are not, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. You're not constructive at all.
No, you're hurting. You're hurting our side, actually.
Because of this, we can't get other things done.
Yeah,
not taken seriously. So
they think left is the crazy party, but
you see, we need to cancel culture.
Yeah.
And then we might have a chance at some real reform. But until then.
Well, that's our take on Snitch Nation.
Yeah, hope you enjoyed.
And we'll keep an eye on this and keep reporting, talking about it as long as we can. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.